the attacks in Libya and killing of U.S. ambassador to the country, Chris Stevens, and its deliberate relation to 9/11.
Plus,
What began as
tempers
simple
flare
labor
at City Hall.
negotiations
Orange
escalated.
firefighters and the city bosses take impasse over a new labor deal, leaving many residents concerned. We'll have that latest on this, how this affects you next on Chapman News Live.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Chapman News. I'm Nicole Chenoweth.
And I'm Zach Frio. We've got a lot of news to bring you today. It's been quite a week on campus and certainly abroad.
Christopher Stevens, the United States ambassador to Libya, was the first ambassador to be killed since 1979. Stevens and 3 other diplomatic staff were killed after an attack in Benghazi, Libya. Daniela Pardo has the complete story.
An attack at the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, killed the U.S. ambassador to Libya, Christopher Stevens, and 3 others on Tuesday night. The 4 men were being transported to a safer location after the first attack, and that was when rockets were fired at his car. The attack was initiated by a group of Libyan extremists. It appears as if the group was fighting back against an anti-Muslim film produced by an American-Israeli filmmaker in California. The film mocks and insults the Prophet Muhammad. Stevens was a selfless and dedicated man who loved the country of Libya. He had just been named ambassador this past May, but had been working in and out of Libya for the last 5 years. Stevens' friend and colleague, Senator Don McCain, had this to say.
I guarantee you the one thing that Chris Stevens did not want is for us to abandon Libya.
A political science professor at Chapman University also believes the United States should continue to support Libya.
The main problem here is the weakness of the Libyan government after the Arab Spring. If you remove Western support to them, they will be even more weak.
Former U.S. diplomat James Coyle thinks otherwise.
The United States is currently in the Middle East talking about supporting democracy. And doing that, they're supporting these radical groups that have been involved in the Arab Spring.
It's been almost a year since Gaddafi was removed from power, and an independent Libyan democracy has yet to be established due to tensions from extremist political groups. Christopher Stevens' death will likely increase those tensions. Daniela Pardo, Chapman News.
U.S. and Libyan officials now say that the attack was planned to coincide with the 9/11 anniversary and carried out by an offshoot with the Al-Qaeda. The anti-Muslim film just used as a cover for the assault. The attack on our embassy also sparked a political fight back home between President Obama and Republican nominee Mitt Romney. Governor Romney chided the president for sympathizing with the killers. The president said Romney was, quote, shooting first and asking questions later.
The chaos continues to develop in the Middle East, Africa, and we're learning now at a multitude of college campuses here in the United States. Trent Schlom has us more. What's the latest?
Yeah, thanks, guys. And you can talk all you want about the political battle and what's going on between Obama and Mitt Romney. None of that is important. It's about the issues going on in the Middle East right now, and there are all kinds of trouble happening in that area right now in that region. Several protesters stormed the United States Embassy in Tunisia, where there was an attack this morning, leaving 2 dead. I apologize for those of you some technical difficulties. My apologies. In Tunisia, the capital of Tunisia, a U.S. Embassy compound was briefly stormed this morning, leaving 2 dead and 29 injured outside. Thousands of demonstrators, according to the Associated Press. Also, many college campuses being evacuated. The University of Texas, one of the 2 we know of. Students, from what we understand, are going back to school. And also at North Dakota State, they are still being evacuated. We are also hearing that Valparaiso University is having some threats as well. Chapman University, so far so good. I just got off the phone with public safety, and what we have learned is that everything is fine here at Chapman. Guys?
Yep. Thank you very much, Trent.
Irvine resident Dukeman Lee is suing Irvine City for being jailed for 1 night under false allegations of domestic abuse. Lee was arrested December 13th by Officer Joseph Jun after Somni Kim claiming to be Lee's fiancée, gave a false statement. However, she was unable to provide identification. Kim was arrested a week later when police ran her fingerprints, which led to several outstanding arrest warrants. Kim remains in custody without bail and has been charged on several counts. Attorneys for the city have said that Lee caused the circumstances leading to the arrest. A pretrial will be held the 28th of September. The City of Orange and its fire department are still struggling to force a new contract. The challenge, how to protect the city's 138,000 citizens and protect the taxpayers' money. Christina Hayes has the story.
It began as simple labor negotiations as public debate, and the Orange Fire Department refused to accept a new contract offered by the City Council because they believe it endangers the safety of the community. Minimum staffing requires a certain amount of firefighters to remain on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The City of Orange hopes to remove this requirement in order to save money and resources.
We're all trying to make sure that we use the tax dollar the most efficiently. We need to give the fire chief the ability to say on any one day, I only need these many firefighters in these stations to make sure that we cover everybody.
But the president of the Orange City Firefighters, Greg Lewin, says that 35 firefighters, the minimum staff, are always needed to cover everyone in order to ensure fast response times.
Brain damage, permanent brain damage, begins to occur at 6 minutes. So it's more important now than ever to have firefighters, paramedics on the fire engines and ready to respond at a moment's notice.
Fast response times have saved lives in the past, as in the case of Diane Montgomery, whose husband narrowly survived a car accident because of the firefighter's speed.
Because in my husband's case, he was the only person injured. If there's more than one victim, some of the personnel have to focus on them, and then there's not enough to go around if they reduce the number of staff on duty.
The fire department ultimately rejected the contract proposed by the City of Orange at 5 p.m. last Monday. They now turn to the process of a mediation, in which an arbitrator or a third party tries to create an agreement between the two. Reporting from the fire department headquarters, I'm Christina Hayes, Chapman News.
The City of Orange is not the only city with this proposal. Costa Mesa removed the minimum staff standard from their fire department last Friday.
We still got a lot more ahead on our newscast, starting with Nicole Swinford bringing us this weekend's weather report.
Stay tuned for this week's weather report.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University, a diverse, well-rounded education. Art, dance, music, theater. Empower your future. The performing arts at Chapman University. Create. Follow your dreams. Chapman University. History, philosophy, peace studies, languages. Study abroad and explore the world. Become a global citizen. The Wilkinson College at Chapman University. Invest your humanity. Lead.
Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for staying with us. I'm Nicole Chenoweth.
And I'm Zach Frio.
Southern California has had a scorching couple of weeks, and personally, I'm ready for it to cool down a lot.
Honestly, Nicole, I have to differ because I'm hoping for some nice heat to stay in our area for the next week. Nicole, which it will be?
Well, Zach, it looks like you're going to get your wish, and Nicole's going to wish she was living somewhere other than Southern California this week. Let's start with our national forecast. We have over on the East Coast, 79 in New York, Boston, and it's pretty consistent in the low 80s and high 70s all the way through the Midwest in that area with some storms in Florida and Texas. The same can't be said for the West. Moving out on this other side, we've got 98 in Phoenix, 105 over there on the border between Arizona and California and Blythe. Starting at the top of our coast and moving down, we've got 96 in Sacramento, 100 in Fresno, but 77 in LA, so maybe that's a good sign. Overall, though, it's going to be really hot, as you can see behind me with the pink on the map. So let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. Today we've got 98 as well as tomorrow for the highs and low 70s for the lows. We do drop down to the high 80s come Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which in comparison should definitely be some relief. But overall, it's just going to be really hot this next upcoming week. So congratulations, Zach, and sorry, Nicole, but summer's sticking with us. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks a lot, Nicole. Davis residents may have noticed a few tractors and a big chunk of grass missing from their quad throughout the week. Adam Herbetz will tell us what's going down with what's Chapman's newest construction project.
The Davis Quad is one of 2 open spots of grass on Chapman's campus. Armed with grassy fields, grills, and picnic benches, it is ready for its newest addition, a community garden. Residence Life Assistant Director Sherry Yulani Akau sent out the news last Friday the 7th, stating, quote, "We are looking forward to building a new community with you around our new garden. And although the project was expected to be completed by today, the unveiling will be moved until next week due to tractor difficulties."
As happy as Res Life is about the new garden, unfortunately it's not all sunshine, happiness, and petunias. In fact, many Davis residents are not happy about the decision.
When I heard they were building a garden, I was very excited. They said it was a community garden, so I assume naturally that with the community garden, the community gardens. The gardening would be done by a landscaping corporation, which to me seems to defeat the entire purpose of having a community garden.
Because Davis residents consider this land their home, many students are mad that their own front yard is being taken away from them. To combat it, a petition with multiple pages of signatures was sent to the Office of Campus and Residence Life.
You know, if the entire population of Davis doesn't want a garden, or at the very least doesn't want a garden right there, then maybe they'll rethink it. If it was a fountain, I'd accept a fountain, because at least I can sit in a fountain. I can't sit in a garden. I can't admire the garden because it's kind of ruining my experience. So it's a nice thought, but there's literally 2 to 3 different spots where they could have put the garden and it would have been perfect.
We aren't merely living here. It's not a hotel. This is our home. We have chosen to be part of this community by not allowing the residents to have a say in this. I think it's a great idea that's been mired in poor execution.
From the Davis Quad, Adam Herbetz, Chapman News.
Residence Life Director Deborah Miller declined to speak on camera. The petition did reach her office, and it has been forwarded to the office of Jerry Price, Dean of Students.
The Fuego volcano in Guatemala erupted yesterday, hurling clouds of ash nearly 2 miles into the atmosphere. 33,000 residents have been told to evacuate their homes, and this does not include the nearby tourist city of Antigua, which holds 45,000 people. Flights throughout the area could be affected, both by smoke and the hot gas around the volcano. The red alert area, specifically the south and southeast sides of the mountain, were completely blacked out by ash. This is the 6th time the volcano has erupted this year, but the biggest eruption from Fuego since 1999.
Since the signage of President Obama's Affordable Care Act, there has been mixed reviews from millions of Americans about how exactly they should feel. Now, for California residents, it might just be to your advantage. The state insurance commissioner announced Tuesday that roughly 1.9 million Californians will receive $74 million in health insurance rebates as a part of the new requirement of the Affordable Care Act. The health reform law, which was recently upheld by the U.S. Supreme Court, requires insurers who provide individual small group plans to spend at least 80% of premiums on health care. The average refund totals $65 per family and must be issued by Wednesday, according to Commissioner Dave Jones.
We've still got plenty of news coming your way.
Zoe Loza fills us in on the latest what's going on in the world of sports when we return.
Off their season strong, plus never-before-seen Babe Ruth footage surfaces, and a look at the week ahead. The Best Campus Sports Show is next.
Chapman News. Go Bears! Chicago loves Chapman News.
This is Chicago, home of the Stanley Cup champion Chicago Blackhawks, and this city loves Chapman News.
We have one at the end, don't we?
All right.
Follow your dreams. Chapman University. Chemistry, physics, computational science, biology. Start doing research in your first year. Soar to new heights. The Schmid College of Science at Chapman University. Explore.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Nicole Chenoweth.
And I'm Zach Frio. Thanks for staying tuned in.
Zolozis joins us with all the latest going on in the sports world.
From Chapman's first football game to Babe Ruth, there's a lot that's been going on this week. Zoe, can you fill us in?
Absolutely, guys. Welcome to the Best Campus Sports Show. I'm Zoe Loza. The Panther football team started off their season at home against the University of Puget Sound. Looking to dominate against a team that hasn't won in 2 years, Chapman came out strong from the start. Chapman entering the game 9-9, all home and home. We'll begin with the very first play of the game. Junior Austin Moranville taking the opening kickoff. Count them, 100 yards to the house, a school record. Panthers lead early, 7-0. Later in the first quarter, starting quarterback Keen Stansel connects to Kali'i Kunitomo. That's 60 yards to the end zone. Stansel would end up with 2 touchdowns in the air and 2 touchdowns for himself on the ground as well. To top that off, the sophomore went 19 for 20 passing in the first half. Late in the first half, Stansel drops back, hands off to sophomore running back Jeremiah McKibbins, pushing through the Loggers' defense for the score. McKibbins making his first start of his career after a season-ending injury early last year. Panthers would go on to win 55-35. Our sports producer, Wes Rappaport, was at Saturday night's game.
It was all Chapman offense tonight at Wilson Field. Keen Stansel getting the nod to start after quarterback Michael Leahy went down early in training camp with an ACL tear. Stansel threw 379 in the air. He had 2 touchdowns. He also had 2 on the ground. And Jeremiah McKibbins, starting running back, his first career start, 3rd game for the Panthers. He would have 2 on the ground as well. The Panthers win 55-35, and we talked with some of the players on their post-game reactions.
All around, we just want to get better. We know we can be better than we were tonight. We did okay, but I mean, it's a season opener. We got a lot of stuff to work on. So we got a bye week coming up, so we have a lot of time to work on it.
I saw a lot of great things. We need a lot of work to do, but for the most part, I think we did an excellent job tonight.
We don't feel like there's anything for us to be stressed over. We just have to continue to get better. We have to continue to get better in our run game. We got to be able to throw the ball a lot more and take advantage of those talented receivers we have.
This week has been a hot one for Chapman Athletics superstar Mauricio Alfonso. In addition to tying a career record for field goals at 18 for the football team on Saturday night, he also scored 3 goals this week as the captain of the men's soccer team. The senior was named the SCIAC Athlete of the Week. The Woodlands Hills native has 9 game-winning goals in his career, just 5 short of the school record. Chapman men's soccer taking on Whittier this week. For the first half of the match, Chapman maintained a 1-0 lead on a goal from senior forward Mauricio Alfonso in the 28th minute. Junior midfielder Nick Velasquez continues the trend by scoring early in the second half. Panthers lead 2-0. Senior midfielder Quinn Murray and freshman midfielder Boston Kimmel scored back-to-back, giving Chapman a 4-0 lead well into the second half. And to top it off, senior defender Francesco Onorati seals the deal, scoring the last goal of the game off a corner kick by freshman midfielder Gabe Rectapel, bringing Chapman the win. This is Coach Eddie Carrillo's 150th win of his career, all of them at Chapman. Men's soccer celebrating a 2-1 record this week with a 5-0 win over Whittier. Women's soccer team has now won 5 straight games, opening their season undefeated. Let's send it to Julian Solomita, who is standing by with freshman soccer player Ashley Sweeting.
Thank you, Zoe. Right now I'm standing here with freshman midfield Ashley Sweeting. Ashley, you're one of the few freshmen who have played pretty regularly this season. Why do you think the freshmen have been able to step up so well and play for every game almost?
We all came in hoping to play, but not expecting to play, but we all trained really hard over the summer, so we all wanted to make a difference on the team, and I think some of us have done that, and just looking forward to the rest of the season.
Your offense has been incredibly aggressive with an overwhelming number of shots on goal each game. How important is that high-powered offense to your continued success this season?
It's really important to win games. You have to score goals. We have a great defense, but our offense needs to step up and score some goals to get that win.
Now, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. here at Wilson Field, the Panthers look to extend their winning streak to 6-0 as they welcome Pomona Pitzer. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Julian. A rare opportunity presented itself as never before seen footage of the Sultan of SWAT himself, Babe Ruth, was revealed to the public this week. Erica Scott has the story.
Just outside the Orange Circle, you can find Moonlight Grams, a store that specializes in vintage sports apparel and memorabilia. It was here that local residents gathered to see new unseen footage of Babe Ruth on Wednesday night.
The first incarnation of this company, we did a lot of work with Major League Baseball, particularly historical baseball. We've done a couple of events with Chris in the shop, and when he stumbled across this footage, I was like, you got to let us be the place where you launch that.
Chris Epting's book, Baseball in Orange County, sparked the discovery of the new footage.
What we're doing here tonight is once my book came out at a book signing, a woman approached me about a photo in the book of Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig here in Orange County. Well, long story short, her family has home movies of the day that photo was taken.
Epting presented the footage for local baseball fans along with other pictures from his book and images of Babe Ruth.
And one night, the Dodgers had played, so my husband and I decided to watch the videos, and there it was with Babe Ruth.
Carolyn Nielsen and her family haven't decided yet what to do with the new video, but for now they're just happy to share it with other Babe Ruth fans. Reporting from the Circle, I'm Erica Scott for Chapman News.
Folks at this event were excited to see some of the rare footage of the Babe. Now here's a look at the week ahead in Chapman sports. Women's volleyball has their season and home opener tonight at 7:30 in the Hutton Sports Center against Occidental. Men's water polo heads to Cal Lutheran tournament tomorrow at 9 a.m. Men's soccer hosts the Sage Hens of Pomona Pitzer at 11 a.m. tomorrow. And cross country will participate in the UC Riverside Invitational at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Oh, Zach, Nicole, any plans to attend the volleyball home opener tonight?
Think so. I think I'm going to go down there, show my Chapman pride. How about you, Zach?
Same with me. You'll see me there in the stands.
Awesome. Okay.
Jackie Hedsmith is here to update with what's going on in the entertainment world.
Music, entertainment, and art. Don't miss out on what's happening this weekend in Orange County after the break.
Coming up, we take a look at the Doheny Days Music Festival. Book of Mormon makes its way to the West, and take a study break with Chapman News as we figure out where you should be this weekend. It's all coming up right after this.
Welcome to the all-new Chapman Radio. With over 100 live DJs, music, talk, and sports 24 hours a day, and content determined entirely by the student on air, Chapman Radio is alternative radio at its finest.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to The Score here, Chapman Radio and ChapmanRadio.com.
Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing like na-na-na-na every day. It's like my iPod stuck on replay.
And now Chapman Radio is more accessible than ever. You can listen from anywhere in the world on ChapmanRadio.com and also on your iPhone. The station is broadcast on campus in Henley Underground and on the first floor of Arduous Forum.
Yes, I can see you.
Anyone can join, experienced or not, which is what makes college radio so unique. Recently, the all-new Chapman Radio has taken its quality beyond the studio. Anyone can request Chapman Radio to provide a live DJ at any event or party. All this, combined with the most serious DJs, diverse music, and quality show content we've ever had, no time is better to make the all-new Chapman Radio a part of your student life as a listener, or maybe even as a DJ. It's unlike any college radio station you've ever encountered. Chapman Radio. It's your new best friend.
Welcome back, and thanks everyone for sticking with us. I'm Nicole Chenoweth.
And I'm Zach Frio. We've got a lot going on this weekend in Orange County.
That's right, we're ending our show with my personal favorite segment. Jackie Hudspeth has the latest on Orange County's entertainment.
The Doheny Days Music Festival filled up the sands of Dana Point with hipsters and live music this week. K-Rock 106.7 hosted 2 days of stellar performances, pyrotechnics, and some serious chillin' on the beach. Over 15 artists and groups performed, including Jane's Addiction, Jimmy Eat World, Santa Gold, and Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros. The Flaming Lips was the main attraction and celebrated their 30-year anniversary as a band. K-Rock is taking their good vibes to Manchester, Tennessee for Bonnaroo Festival 2013. The Book of Mormon took the Pantages Theater by storm this week. The West Coast gave the 9 Tony Award-winning musical a warm welcome on Hollywood and Vine. My 2 cents, I had the opportunity to actually see the show opening weekend, and I loved it. It's a great blend of classic and new age with a full live orchestra, some lively dance numbers, but the comedy was just biting enough to keep you coming back for more. If you want 2.5 hours of awesome, prepare for the battle and go to StubHub.com because tickets are going fast. Book of Mormon is playing now until November 4th. And just when you thought there was nothing to do in Orange County, the 24th annual Taste of Newport comes to town this weekend, today through Sunday. Over 30 restaurants will dish out delectable samples of their kitchen's favorites. For those of us 21 and over 15 wineries will be represented, and the festival will have live musical performances from Andy Grammer, Blondie, Devo, and more. There will also be cooking demonstrations from local restaurants, and of course, plenty of that nice coastal Newport weather to beat the heat. The festival starts tonight at 6 at Fashion Island. And nothing screams college quite like beers, brats, and bands. Now through October 28th, Huntington Beach's Oktoberfest celebrates the 35th anniversary. Join festivities as the official celebration kicks off the parade September 30th at 2 p.m. Pre-sale tickets are now available online. It's fun for the whole family and definitely fun if you were born before 1991. So if your college wallet doesn't have the money to travel to Deutschland, make sure to head over to Huntington Beach and celebrate Oktoberfest California style.
My 28th year seeing here at Old World. We have a cheer that's like hip hip hooray, and it's used at sporting events and at Oktoberfest, and it's tzika taka tzika taka.
You got it.
Well, y'all love me. I've been here 28 years, and I'm the Herbmeister.
And that just about sums it up, folks. Hope you have a great weekend full of yummy food from the Taste of Newport. Nicole, Zach, am I going to see you guys there?
Definitely believe so, Jackie. You'll see me there on the 21st at Taste of Newport.
Me too. I think I'll go check that out. How could you pass up? It's Oktoberfest.
Apple unveiled the iPhone 5 this week, and Asia Celestino breaks down what you need to know about the latest mobile device.
Today, we're going to introduce iPhone 5.
Leaked photos sent speculation through social media. It's been the buzz of blogs for months, and this week's celebrity is the iPhone 5.
The iPhone's come out. That's awesome.
I just heard about that. I think it's really exciting. I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to jump on that opportunity.
The iPhone 5 is thinner, lighter, and features a 4-inch Retina display. Maps, Passbook, and more new apps make ultra-fast wireless speed another useful improvement. Apple says the new A6 chip will increase battery life, but also introduce the new Lightning connector. This charging adapter only works with next-generation Apple devices. Prices with a plan are much lower than the rumored $800, but with so many pros and cons, people couldn't help but wonder if the iPhone 5 was worth the wait.
It would be really helpful in a lot of situations. I'm sort of expected to have one, so sometimes it's hard. So I would love to. I don't know how far in the future it's going to take me to raise that kind of money.
I just got my iPhone 4, I guess it is, and I'm pretty happy with it, so I doubt if I'd be switching right away.
I got the iPhone 4, actually, the day it came out in 2010. And, you know, it's been durable, has lasted me since. It's a great phone.
The iconic iPhone has been the best-selling mobile device since its 2007 debut and is anticipated to sell 45 million units in the next 3 months. This is Asia Celestino, Chapman News.
Pre-orders for the iPhone 5 begin today. The phone will be available in stores September 21st.
Before we go, a little bragging. U.S. News and World Report just released its influential ranking of colleges and universities. And this little school, Chapman University, vaulted one more spot to 6 in the West. That's up from 61st back in 1991.
Nicole, the report is based on SAT scores, scholarships, and graduation rates. Here's a sampling of the list. Carroll College repeats at number 1. It's a small Catholic school in Helena, Montana. Chapman checks in at 6, and among other local schools include Cal State Fullerton, coming in at 31st, and Concordia and Irvine ranking 66.
And there's more good news. U.S. News also ranked Chapman first on its list of up-and-coming universities for innovations in academics, faculty, and student life.
And I'm sure that adding a resort-style pool greatly enhanced our rankings this year, too.
Definitely. Thanks so much for tuning in. For the latest on what's going on this upcoming week, catch us here, same place, same time. I'm Nicole Chenoweth.
And I'm Zach Frio. Enjoy your week in Orange County.